Welcome back to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. As we all know, it is the holiday season and nearly 51 million Americans are expected to travel. We're being joined by Rebecca Michelsen, who serves as the manager of community outreach and family programs at Penfield Children's Center, who will not only give us some traveling tips for kids this morning, but also fill us in on some of the programs and services offered by Penfield Children's Center. How are you, Rebecca?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you.
And Penfield Children's Center serves nearly 1,800 children annually. So I'm interested in finding out a little bit more about your core programming.
Sure. So we serve a variety of families through a number of programs. And so probably what we're best known for is our Birth to 3 program, where we go into the home and provide therapy services for children in that age of birth to 3 who may have a developmental delay or a disability.
Okay.
That's what we're primarily known for. We do also provide early education and care for children. Primarily age birth to 6, and then we also do have a special care nursery on site. Our special care nursery allows us to care for children who are medically fragile or have a significant disability that involves a little bit more care than, let's say, your average early education and care center could care for.
Yeah, so your organization's named in honor of Dr. Wilder Penfield, who's a world-renowned neurosurgeon who strongly advocated early intervention for children with just what you talked about, developmental delays and disabilities.
Correct.
So when you talk about parents who have children with certain conditions, that can be very stressful. It can be hard on the parent themselves.
Right.
So this is where you guys come in to make it easier, to help them in those early stages understand what they need to do and how to make their child most comfortable and to be the best they can be.
Right. We're working with the parents to help them be the best that they can be for their child and how to advocate for their child and help them work through whatever services it is that that child might need. So it might be that they need speech therapy, they might need occupational therapy, they might need physical therapy, and we're going to work through them with that. And when they do graduate from our program at Birth to 3, we're going to help them make that transition when they're going into their school district where they're going to potentially continue to receive those services to make sure that that transition is as smooth as it can be for them.
That's awesome. And so you have situations where children are diagnosed sometimes with ADHD, autism, maybe they have separation anxiety, post-traumatic syndrome, whatever the situation may be. You guys have programming set up to help with all those things.
We do. So we have a partnership with Marquette University that allows us to do a behavior clinic. Our behavior clinic goes into the home and provides mental health care for children under the age of 6.
Okay.
A lot of the children that we're working with have experienced some type of trauma, whether witnessing violence within their community, whether it's violence at home, and we're working with them and their caregiver on managing that challenging behavior. And we're talking the above and beyond challenging behavior. So not your typical temper tantrum, but to the point that it's interfering in their ability to interact in daily activities.
Yeah, okay. So here we are getting closer to Christmas. I mean, so close we can touch it, right?
Yes, yes.
And a lot of folks will be traveling to grandmother's house with their kiddos. And with that said, it's important to have you here today to not only talk about the outstanding programs and services that you offer at Penfield, but you also are here to emphasize the importance of car safety, especially when traveling long distances with the children. So let's get right into that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that we want to take into account when it comes to thinking about traveling for the holidays. The biggest thing is planning ahead.
Yeah.
Even if we're going only 30 minutes, the more you can plan ahead, the smoother that travel is going to be. So we want to make sure we plan ahead. The other thing that we want to think about is in general car seat safety. So it's winter time, we all get bundled up, we get those nice heavy jackets on, but they're actually not safe for us to be wearing in the car seats because with that, they're not keeping the child in the seat tight enough. So we want to actually put them into kind of a tighter or a tight-fitting fleece or a sweatshirt and then put blankets over them to keep them warm. Because what happens with those jackets is if an impact would happen, the air comes out of the jacket and they'll find that there's a gap between actually the strap and the child, and so that can be a risk for them to come out of the car seat.
Wow, and there's probably so many parents who think my child is warm and they're in their car seat, but it's good to know that that could pose a safety risk.
It could.
That's a good tip for sure.
So if you need to, put them in that heavy coat to get from the house to the car, but once in the car, take that heavy coat off and make sure they have a fleece or a sweatshirt underneath, and then you can actually put the coat on once they're buckled in. Put the coat on backwards.
Gotcha.
So it's still over them, keeping them warm, but
That's a
they're
great
safe
tip.
in that car seat.
Now, the Kohl's Building Blocks program actually helps Penfield support children throughout Milwaukee County with comprehensive programs, and they've teamed up with you guys to help get these tips out. So there's a couple of things that stood out to me. Choosing the best mode of transportation for you and your family. So will you be taking the train? Will you be in the car? Will you be on the plane? Which one's going to work best for your scenario and maybe even your pockets. So.
And that's really, you got to think about your family and what's going to work best, and your child too. Some kids, you're like, okay, we need to get there as fast as we can. So driving across the country maybe is not going to be an option. It's going to be better that we fly. Others might say flying is not, it's too much. We can't handle that. We're better off if we can drive, because we can make little stops along the way, and we can rest, and we can get out, and we can get some of our energy out.
Okay, so you've got a bag here with that Kohl's Building Blocks program right on the front, and this will give parents an idea. And of course, parents do a great job, you know, knowing what their child needs and wants are when they're hitting the road. But there may be something in this bag to give them an idea.
And there might be things too that, you know, we sometimes, you know, forget about, or we think,
we should have
had that, and we didn't have that.
So tell me what's in this bag.
So in this bag, so what we talk about is taking your, you know, whatever bag it is that you would use. So maybe you use your purse, you upgrade it to a little bit of a bigger bag, especially if you're thinking about traveling on an airplane, and something that you can use as a carry-on, so that you have some things to help keep your child entertained. So one of the things that we always talk about is kids always have some type of comfort animal or comfort object. So bringing that comfort object, whether it's a blanket, it's a toy, we want to make sure that they have that with them.
Fluffy and cute.
And he's so soft. Another thing that we want to think about is extra clothes, because it's always at the worst time.
We know why.
That something happens, they spill, they spit up, they
front or back, it could be a catastrophe.
It happens. And you know, we might think, well, I still have it in the suitcase, it's in the trunk of the car, but by the time you need it, it's probably really hard to get to. So making sure that you have an extra outfit, not only for them, but for yourself too, because if you're holding them and they spit up, it's on you too. So something else to think about.
Okay.
Another thing that we just want to kind of keep in mind too, always good to have some snacks in the bag, because that's
even as an adult, I want snacks while traveling.
Keep the snacks, keep the juice or something in the bag to help keep them, you know, entertained throughout that trip. The other thing that we always talk about too is having books or videos or games that they can play.
Portable DVDs.
Yes, portable DVDs.
Yeah, the iPad.
Yep, or audiobooks are great as well.
Okay.
So those are other things that we want to have. And plus, then your bag doesn't have to be so heavy if you have it in like an ebook version, or you have it on a tablet, because then you're not carrying their whole library with you. It's all on something portable.
Yes, I like that. So a good thing to keep in mind as well is, if possible, travel during the child's sleep time.
Yes. So if
I did that with my dog, it was important that he wasn't like all over the place in the car. Right.
Yeah, and it is important if you can kind of plan it around a nap time, or you can plan, you know, if it's going to be a longer trip, maybe starting in the evening and knowing that they'll sleep through most of the trip. It's going to make it a little easier on them to be in the car for that amount of time.
Totally agree. So when we look at car seats, there are different types of seats for different age groups, and that's important for parents to know which seat their child should be in at certain ages. And this stuff is not just a recommendation, it is proven that it is the best form for a child that's traveling in a vehicle or whatever the case may be. So for infants and toddlers, it's rear facing only, right?
Yep, so infants and toddlers, so they're recommending up until the age of 2 that it is a rear facing car seat. And I know a lot of times parents get concerned as children get older that, you know, they do get taller, their legs get longer, and they feel like they're running into the seat and that they should turn it around. They shouldn't. They should still keep it rear facing, because their child can sit cross-legged in that seat, and that's still okay. As long as they're not outgrowing the height of that seat, they're still safe.
Okay, so it's rear facing only until they're at least 2 or highest weight or height allowed by car seat manufacturers. So those directions and all that stuff that comes with the seat, it's not one of the things that you just throw to the side. You need to read it. So for toddlers and preschoolers, forward facing with a harness.
Yep, forward facing with a harness until they reach the age that they're able to go into a booster seat, and that becomes a height and a weight usually requirement for them to be in that booster seat.
Okay, and so all children younger than 13 should be riding in the back seat. And older kids and all of us adults Seat belts for sure.
Seat belts for sure. And you know, just like we talk about the puffy coats with the children in the car seats, it's good for us as with older kids and as adults that if we're traveling a long distance, being in that puffy coat with the seat belt still not going to keep us safe as well. So making sure we think about dressing appropriately for our own travel, because again too, it helps role modeling for the children when you're saying, okay, well, we can't, you know, we have to sit with our seatbelts on. If we're not doing it, they're not going to do it either.
Absolutely. So another thing to keep in mind when we're looking at especially the newer model cars, there are, you know, airbags, active airbags all the way around. So it's important to, you know where those airbags would come from and make sure that they are not going to hit your child in the face, because we've seen on some of the dummy tests what airbags can do to an adult. So it's important to keep them away from those active airbags. And
that's why they suggest that they be in the back seat of the car until they're 13 years of age, why they're suggesting they stay rear facing longer. Those are all exact reasons why.
Okay, Rebecca, so when flying, I read that kids less than 40 pounds should usually need to be secured in certified child restraints as well.
Yes. So that's the other thing to think about when traveling too, is taking your car seat with you. If you're flying, it's considered part of kind of that personalized or that equipment that you would need. It's no different than a wheelchair. So if you can and want to check it, you can check it like luggage, but you can install their car seat into an airplane seat to help keep them safe. So you should be actually buying them their own ticket.
Okay, and the other thing I read, and this is something I see parents do, they said leaving your child in the car seat for long periods of time is not a good idea.
Right.
Meaning, once you've reached your destination, maybe you're going to be at a hotel, don't leave the child in the car seat for relaxing and taking a nap and things like that, because there are some issues that could come about from that.
Right, so if a child's sleeping, we always say the best sleep place is for them to be in a crib by themselves or in a pack and play by themselves, because if they're sitting in a car seat, their heads are tipped up and tipped forward, that they could actually cause themselves to suffocate if they tip forward. So it's really important that once we get to the destination that we're going, that they're not staying in that car seat and that we're taking them out. And even if your only option is to lay a blanket on the floor and have them lay on the floor, that's safer than them being in the car seat.
Okay, wow. Some stuff you just didn't know until you read it and you're like, wow, I never thought of that. So we've pretty much covered a lot of tips that I think are great reminders to parents. And if someone has a question, like maybe some of the car seats are difficult to get in and you question whether you did it right and you really care because it's your child.
Right.
So if somebody has any questions or concerns about how to put their car seat in right, where do they turn?
One of the great places you can turn to is your local fire department. Most local fire departments, I should say all local fire departments, have certified technicians who can go and take a look at your car seat and make sure that it is installed properly. A lot of local hospitals have that as well.
Okay.
So you can always call your local hospital and they would be able to either check it themselves or direct you to somebody who would be able to check it. Another great way, you know, there are lots of videos, and so I know for us on our website, penfieldbuildingblocks.org, there are a couple of videos talking about car seat installation as well. So you can check that and then check with your local fire department.
Wow, you have been most helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming by, not only reminding people about the outstanding programming and the services you offer at Penfield Children's Center, but these tips, you know, this is the time of year people are hitting the road, going and coming. You want to be as safe as possible. So thank you.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Rebecca Michelsen, she is the Manager of Community Outreach and Family Programs at Penfield Children's Center. For more information on anything that we've discussed, you can always go to their website at penfieldchildren.org, or you can call 414-344-7676. That's going to do it for today's show. As always, I thank you for watching, and I do hope you join us again next week as we take another look at Our Issues Milwaukee. Happy holidays.